Ticket, you said she was going what?
45 and a 30.
All right, so if she going 45 and a 30, they pulled her over for a traffic ticket. How is it lawful for them to get the identification of the passenger, which they did not get, but said they identified me?
Andrew, please, no.
They not trying to let me get out of the car myself, bro. I'm on the phone, obviously. You took your time with your investigation. I can't take my time and get out my car.
No.
My child's in the
You
car.
had multiple chances.
Give me a kiss, babe.
Okay, do you want to come out on
Get
the
off me. Get off me. Do you understand that they pulling on me like they dogs? I'm a human being.
Get out the car.
Then back up and let me get out.
I'm dead.
I kiss my family goodbye. Get off me.
Get out.
Use wisdom behind enemy lines. All praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And this lesson is going to be a response to the lesson that the elder Yashawamba from the Dallas camp did earlier. It's entitled Israelites Must Apply Wisdom Behind Enemy Lines. All right. And, you know, if you haven't, I'm sure you have subscribed to this elder brother's channel, Remnant Save 144. If not, subscribe for daily edification. All right. And it was an excellent lesson that he did. You saw the video from the beginning. This Israelite man, okay, whether he knows it or not, we're not sure. But you see the caption on this video, being black means when you see the police, you must kiss your family goodbye because death is expected. Well, not actually. I mean, I understand what the sentiment is, but you got to use wisdom. Okay, you behind enemy lines. And, you know, I know this generation is these people today love to say they got these rights, these imagined rights, because you got, you know, a damn iPhone, or you can go on TikTok, you can go eat your favorite unclean food or whatever you're doing, but you don't have rights. Okay, you don't have rights, and these people don't look at you. And just like the elder brother said in this video, I just want to do a brief as we say, a lamb back in the spirit, or a brief response. Now this guy right here, he didn't do nothing wrong in the fact that he, you know, instinctively he's a passenger in the car. Okay, he didn't do anything wrong, but if you provoke the cops, or if you resist, then you're gonna get yourself hurt. And you got to use wisdom. You're behind enemy lines, and you must use wisdom. Now the easy thing would have been to just show them your ID, you know what I mean, and then just go on with your day. Take the ticket or whatever they're gonna do, because really they didn't have nothing to charge you with. You wasn't gonna get a ticket. Just show the man your ID, even if they in the wrong. So what? Then like the elder said, just take it to court or fight them later on it or whatever. Instead of getting your damn self folded up, stretch the hell out of your shirt, made you look like a jerk in front of your woman, okay? And you just gonna go through unnecessary drama. So, you know, at the end of the day, you should always just go ahead and do the right thing. And just, I mean, hell, yeah, these devils in the wrong, but you gotta obey what the scriptures say. Don't forget what the scriptures tell us. Romans 13, right? And you know what, before we go there, let's get the standard scriptures that every brother would read in this situation. This is Matthew 5:25. It says, agree with thine adversary quickly. We know that the police are your adversaries. We know that they're our enemies, right? But the scriptures also tell us having faith. And this is for the brothers and the sisters. This ain't for you regular ass niggas that just watch Hebrew Israelite videos because you need entertainment. And this is the new end thing. You know, at the end of the day, you ain't going to get nothing out of this because you still think like a nigga. You still think like a black person. We ain't talking to you. This is a teaching moment for the brothers and sisters. Fuck all the emotional, whiny, dumb shit. This is for those who understand and you know that you're in the enemy's world. You're behind enemy lines. You're a prisoner. You're still a captive. You're still a slave. You're not free, as it were. So stop thinking like that. But this will maybe give you some clarification on a few things, because contrary to popular belief, you Jakes say stuff like, well, you ain't just got to show the police your ID. Well, if they ask you for your ID, you got to show it to them, or else they got the power to kill you. They can lock you up. They can do anything. So it would be much better for you to give them your ID, because guess what? Your lady got pulled over. She was going 45 and a 30, if I'm right about what he said. That's 15 miles over the speed limit. And everybody in the car and that car in itself are subject to be, I don't want to say the word searched, but to be scrutinized. Maybe they just want to run your ID, see if you had any warrants. You could be walking down the street and the cops can approach you and say, you know, we need to for you to give us your ID so we can see if you got any warrants. See, that's why we tell you don't come. If you come in contact with the cops, it's just a certain way you need to be as so-called black, which you're really not black, but that's what you call yourselves. There's a certain way you're supposed to be, right? As we say, you don't be fiddling around, you don't be reaching in your pockets, you don't be looking all off up in the space, you don't be sweating and doing all of that, because that's gonna arouse suspicion. So like I said, you don't know if they just want to run your name to see if you got you. Maybe you look like somebody they was looking for. You don't know what's going on. See? And you don't know who they dealt with right before they been dealing with you. They could, like the elder said, they could have just dealt with the most raunchy, craziest nigga, and they still might have attitude about it. But one thing that really pissed the cops off is when you resist. And all that shit about you got rights. No, you don't have rights. You got a right to do what the Lord told you to do. And this is what he said. He said, agree with thine adversary quickly. Don't take your time. They ask you something. Don't make the police ask you something over and over and over. You stalling for time. You're trying to show up the cops, because all you're going to do is piss them off. Whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. That's the whole thing. Why you want to get cast into prison? You want to go through all of that just for the sake of saying you was right. Yeah, I punked them. See, I was right. Yeah, you can be right and be home with your family, or you can be right and be in jail all fucked up or beat up or have an irreversible injury. You just never know what could happen. It says, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge is always going to side with the officers, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. See that? So the cops take you to prison, then you go before the judge, right? And then the judge casts you back into prison, and then another officer takes your ass and he locks you in there. Verily I say unto thee that thou shalt by no means come out thence till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's all about money. They're trying to get money for the state. So, the best thing for you to do is just cooperate. And the scriptures tell us that you're in an evil time. This is Ephesians 5:15. It says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Here it is. You got this knowledge, rights and laws and this and that, but you didn't know better than to try to buck up with the cops, to try to get funded, to tell them, try to make a show out of them first. And then on top of that, you're going to record it. All them words and phrases and all that. You see, everything is turned into a fucking TikTok video or something on social media. You're going to be another person that's going to be on social media dead, dying live. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools. Don't be a fool, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. You are in an evil time. There's a lot going on. Like Elder Hawaii said, it's evil. You're in an evil time, man. Now, when you resist what the police tell you to do, you're actually going off. And I know a lot of you Israelites, a lot of you people that watch these videos, you think you high and mighty. You might have education or this or that. You can sue them. Yeah, you might be able to sue them. You might be able to win some money. You could be in the right. But guess what? First, they're going to take you. They're going to lock you up. You're going to go through some shit. And then a year, 2 years later, if you're lucky, you may win a substantial amount of money. You might win a lawsuit. You might not. But when you go against the established authority of government, you are going off. As long as they don't tell you to go against the word of the Lord, you're going off. Let's read it. It says, being subject to government, this is Romans 13:1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. Are you not a soul? Are there not higher powers over you? For there is no power but of the Most High. Who was the one that put the Romans, these people that run the Roman Empire? Who was the one that put them in authority over you? Who put you in captivity under them? That's who is really running this. For there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. The four major empires that are in rulership, the Lord was the one that set them up. And they're not going to come out of power until he's ready. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High. And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. So this guy is actually very lucky that he didn't wind up in worse shape. And then when they go to snatch you out of the car because they tired of waiting, after you've been prolonging and doing all that, now you want to start trying to act right. No, it's too late to act right. And this is the same thing playing out over and over. Just as when we preach the gospel, Jake is going to take your time. You're going to bullshit around. You're going to do what you want to do. You're going to try to do it your way. And then at the last minute, you're going to have to kiss your family goodbye, because you're going to have to kiss your ass goodbye. Because the Lord, there is a such thing as too late. And the Lord is tired of waiting around on Jake. You know, it's going to come a day where the Lord is going to be fed up. And that's going to be the end. You see? That's going to be the end. So you might go viral and accomplish what you want to accomplish, but you still look like a fool. Okay, now it told you explicitly, when you resist the powers, you're resisting the ordinance of the Most High. And the Most High set these devils up. Yeah, they're wicked. Yeah, they're the devil. Yeah, it's unjust. But guess what? For now, you got to do what you got to do. Okay, you got to obey. You should just took your damn ID out, gave me your ID, and that's the end of it. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. If you do the right thing, they may even came back to the car and say, you know what, we realized that we was kind of, we didn't really want to, this or that, but we want to make sure you wasn't this other individual that we seen. You kind of remind us of him. You look like him, this, that, or the other. We want to run your name, make sure, you don't know what happened. Something could have been going on in that area. There could be somebody on the loose. You have to consider all these different things. There could be somebody that escaped, or somebody that they're looking for and they don't know how they look, and they want to run your name to see if anything comes up. You have to consider all these things. Verse 4 says, for he is the minister of the Most High to thee for good. What does the minister right here mean? It doesn't mean in the form of a teacher. It means in the form of a servant. They're serving the Lord. And in some respects, a lot of times the police do wind up doing something good for one of our people, because guess what? When you lose property, when one of the niggas in the hood do something and you report it to the cops, will they not go and look for your property? Will they not get, individuals up off of you, out of your face, or resolve situations? Can you not go to them and file a report or a complaint if you have to? Yeah, sure you can. For he is the minister of the Most High to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain. They don't have guns on their hips for nothing. For he is the minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. You see, so they got a purpose. They have a purpose. They were set up by the Lord in some instances to take out wrath on individuals who go against what the Lord wants to be done. And you just have to make sure that you're not in that way. Here's another that says honor authority. 1 Peter 2:13, submit yourselves. Stop right there. Submit yourselves. Be under the rule, right? Put yourself under the rule of, because you're already in captivity. Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake. If they tell you, you must show your ID, you got to show your ID, man. That's all it is to it, right? Even if you were in the right, if you just walking down the street at night and a cop roll up on you and he say, hey, you said we had some disturbances in this area. Can you show us your ID? And you like, oh, I don't got to show you my ID. They're like, look, man, we don't want to harass you or nothing, hassle you. Just show us your ID. We're going to be on our way. You can just do it. Submit yourself to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether it be to the king as supreme, or unto governors as unto them that are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers and for the praise of them that do well. For so is the will of the Most High, that with well doing ye might put to silence the ignorance of foolish men. And you got to get out of that spirit of being damn so contrary, Jake. Go with the grain. The scriptures teach us how to be of a different mind frame, a different mindset, a different mind state, right? You walking in righteousness. Hey, the cops would have been very well to receive or be glad to know. Here you go, cop. Here you go, officer. Here's my ID. I got nothing to hide. That's it. Boom. See what they gonna do? What you think they're gonna do with your ID? They're gonna just run it to see if you got warrants or whatever. See if you're a violent criminal or some shit like that. If you got if you've been known to do something, or if you're wanted, and then they're gonna let you go. They can't take your ID and make up some shit. Verse 16, as free and not using your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness, but as the servants of the Most High. Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear the Most High, honor the king. So this is what you're supposed to do. So when you read those two scriptures, Romans 13 and 1 Peter 2:13, I believe that's what that was I just read, then what? Then if you go against those things, then you're going off. Let's see if we can go to the Good News Translation right quick. I'm curious. I never read Romans 13 in that. Romans 13, if we can get it. Just hold on, brothers. And this is the same stuff that we see over and over and over when we're dealing with you Israelites, you people in the world. It's like that single parent thing keep coming up. I mean, who the fuck does that? Individuals that are in authority come and ask you for your ID and your ass start flipping out and tripping. Romans 13:1 from the Good News Translation, it says, everyone must obey state authorities because no authority exists without the Most High's permission. And the existing authorities have been put there by the Most High. Whoever opposes the existing authority opposes what the Most High has ordered, and anyone who does so will bring judgment on himself. For rulers are not to be feared by those who do good, but by those who do evil. Right? What you got to hide? What are you afraid of? You see the police? They ain't looking for me. Here you go, officer. Here's my ID. Yep, my lady was speeding. Can we go on our way now? That's it. Would you like to be unafraid of those in authority? Then do what is good, and they will praise you, because they are the Most High's servants, working for your own good. But if you do evil, then be afraid of them, because their power to punish is real. They are the Most High's servants and carry out the Most High's punishment on those who do evil. For this reason, you must obey the authorities, not just because of the Most High's punishment, but also as a matter of conscience. There you go. You see, that's what it's all about. Let's get 1 Peter 2:13 now, if we can. Good News Translation. It told you. And there's other scriptures that tell you, be at peace with all men wherever possible. Why would you want to do anything opposite of that? 1 Peter 2:13, it says, we'll start at 12. It says, your conduct among the heathen should be so good that when they accuse you of being evildoers, they will have to recognize your good deeds and so praise the Most High on the day of his coming. For the sake of the Lord, submit yourselves to every human authority, to the emperor who is the supreme authority, and to the governors who have been appointed by him to punish the evildoers and to praise those who do good. For the Most High wants you to silence the ignorant talk of foolish people by the good things you do. Live as free people. Do not, however, use your freedom to cover up any evil, but live as the Most High's slaves. Respect everyone, love other believers, honor the Most High, and respect the emperor. And that's one thing that's hard to find among this young generation is respect. They don't know how to respect nothing. The police look at that as a lack of respect when they ask you something simple and you don't want to comply. So after the force start, then you want to try to comply. It's already too late. It's already too late. Okay. Now there's one or two other things here I want to bring out, but I think where we are right now should be enough. We've been going on long enough. All right, I'll stop the response right there. I mean, there was another one that the elder brother did read, which we always read it. We can read it now. The scriptures warn you about those that are in authority over you have the power to kill. This is Ecclesiastes 9:13. It says, keep thee far from the man that have power to kill. Who's the man with the power to kill? Ultimately, it's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You can put it in the context of these officers. They have power to kill. They've been told they can use lethal force on you if necessary. The scriptures often tell us about blowing on the spark. Spitting on the spark instead of blowing it, right? We'll get that next. It says, keep thee far from the man that have power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault. Don't do nothing wrong. If you wind up in a situation where I try to avoid the cops at all costs. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to get in a conversation with them. But if by chance you in the car with somebody to get pulled over and then the situation should turn to you want to do the least amount of talking as you can. You want to go by what they tell you to do. You want to abide and comply with what they tell you so they can get the fuck out of your face and you can go on with your life. It says, and if thou come unto him, make no fault, or what? Lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. So you have to remember, you're in a precarious situation with these devils. Something small could easily blow up into something big, and you could be out of here. Let's go to it. Ecclesiastes 9:13. Right? Ecclesiastes 9 and 13. It says right here, if you keep away from someone who has the power to put you to death, you will not have to fear for your life. But if you must go near him, be very careful, or he may kill you. Be conscious that you are walking among hidden traps, that you are an easy target. You an easy target, Jake. And that's all of us. It ain't just us saying it, and it ain't got nothing to do with us. No, it's us too. We easy targets too. Let's see here if we can get this bit. I tell you, boy, you people gonna learn the hard way. Where is it? Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes 28, verse 12. It says, if thou blow the spark, it shall burn. If thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched. And both of these come out of thy mouth, right? A soft answer turneth away wrath, as the scriptures tell you. Soft answers turn away wrath. If you blow on the spark, it shall burn. Meaning what? I know you've seen in cartoons how, it'd be Bugs Bunny or something, and then maybe one of his enemies will light some dynamite. Then you see this long fuse going up to the dynamite before it blows up, and he's sitting there trying to, blow it out, but you're making it burn faster. But if you spit on it, then it's quenched. You can put the fire out and stop it. So it's really telling you to don't combustorate a situation. Don't make a situation worse than it is, right? And we should get a soft answer. Let's get that soft answer. See, when the police roll up on you and they ask you for your ID, then just give it to them. Proverbs 15 and 1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. I ain't got to show you my ID. I got rights as a citizen. See what they doing? See what they doing here? I'm gonna show my audience how stupid these cops is. Look at them. They doing the stupid. Look at their outfits fitting all tight. That's gonna fuck around and get you messed up. Only thing you should have said, least words as possible, like one of the brothers said on the comment board. Sir, did you give us your ID too? Okay, officer, right away. I got it right here in my wallet. Or I don't have it, whatever it is. See? You got ID for a reason, man, because your ass is you got ID because what? Because you are a slave, basically. All right, let's get it over here. Ecclesiastes 28 and 12. Ecclesiastes 28 and 12, if we can. Yeah. It says, you can blow on a spark to make it glow, or you can spit on it to put it out. Either way, you do it with your mouth. That's what it is. You see, and it's an allegorical speech. You know what I mean? It's just telling you there's an easier way to not make a situation accelerate. Proverbs 15 and 1. What does this say? And really, they're really self-explanatory, but I'll read it again. Proverbs 15 and 1. I'll go ahead and pull it up. Proverbs 15. Always edification, right? Proverbs 15 and 1. A gentle answer quiets anger, but a harsh one stirs it up. It's all about the way you respond to shit. It's all about the way you talk and the way you act. You see? A gentle answer quiets anger, but a harsh one stirs it up. And you can't get more plain than that. Let's close this one. I had one more here. Let me see if I'm even going to bother to read it. I don't remember where it is. That's pretty much it. I even forgot what it was. I know that there's another scripture that talks about blood is as nothing in his sight. It's nothing for these, especially these Edomite cops to kill you. But even with the Jake cops, and you hear the story about the 5 cops that beat the shit out of another guy. See, Jake is petty. These niggas in the world, they're not awakened to the word of the Lord. They don't have a problem with putting your ass to death. Because they tired of niggas too. Just to be perfectly honest, we tired of niggas. So the cops are. They deal with this shit all the time, man. See a little twerp, and then that little theatric shit. Give me a kiss, baby. What the fuck is you talking about? What was a kiss gonna do for you? If you really cared about your lady and your baby, you would have just manned up and did what they told your ass to do. You got to think about others. You got your kid in the car and your woman. You want to keep them out of danger instead of trying to make yourself famous on damn TikTok. Show people you got knowledge. Man, you about to be roadkill in a few minutes, cuz. Anyway, this has been my response. I'll see you again soon, Lord willing. Shalom.